Yeah, you already know what it is, y'all. Yours truly, M. Greasy, back with another exclusive episode of ROC Solid. And this one right here, this that real journalism talk right here. That shit I was pretending to be. I'm about to study this guy right now while I'm interviewing him. I'm going to steal some of his shit. And you're going to see next episode and be like, yeah, this Rob Markman Bleek. You know what I mean? I'm here. Nah, let's welcome my guy to the building, Rob Markman, one of the illest out here, man.
My God,
what's up, my guy?
I'm good, man. How you?
I can't complain, man. Like, yo, you one of the illest because not only do you do the journalism thing, but then you also a bar nigga down, too. Like,
little bit. Like, fuck around. Don't fuck around.
Word up. You a bar nigga up, too, man. I respect what you've been doing, everything, man, in both fields. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
I love your love your grime, your come up, everything you've been doing, my G.
Thank you, man.
But let's do it. Let's do this. Before MTV, before Genius,
right.
before all the interviews, everything you've been doing, before the hip hop, the raps you've been doing, what made you fall in love with hip hop?
It wasn't a choice. It was like, it was all around. Like, I felt like I was born into it, right? Like, I remember, like, you know, I'm an 80s baby, so
that's right.
Coming outside, actually seeing graffiti on the train, actually like going to block parties and park jams and seeing, you know, the big boombox on the street and hearing the music and remembering the adults saying, oh, that ain't real music. This ain't gonna last. But I'm 6 years old going to school, you know, first grade, Lottie Dottie is out.
Talk about it, Lottie Dottie.
And rapping that in the schoolyard. Like, you had to come to school and be able to get through the whole verse, and your man had to be able to keep the beatbox going.
That's right.
Like you know, Slick Rick was my first GOAT before I knew what a GOAT was.
Have mine too.
You know what I'm saying?
Fact. Storytelling.
Yeah.
Watching the videos, it was just like life, like art depicting life.
Yeah. So when people say when you fall in love, as soon as I stepped outside, as soon as my mom's let me go out the house, because it was all around us. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And I knew from an early age I wanted to be involved in hip hop. And then, you know, I get old enough, 12, 13, 14, and I'm copping the source and I'm reading and then I'm like, oh, we actually get to document and tell these stories, or come home and watch Video Music Box and get to see your favorite rappers.
Shout out Ralph McDaniels, man. The real first one in the middle of the trenches.
Yeah, documenting it, man. Fat Five Freddy, Ralph McDaniels, like real pioneers. Like, when I look at me as somebody who documents the culture, I look at them, the Fat Five Freddys, the Ralph McDaniels, and then probably Angie, Martinez, and Sway.
Shout out Angie. Shout out.
My biggest
niggas
influences.
don't know, Fab Five Freddy is a real G.
Yeah.
I done been to some back block meetings where niggas like, yo, we meeting up, they strapping up, and he there. It's like, Fab Five Freddy, what the fuck is he doing here? Like, word up, yo. Right. He was tapped in.
Yeah.
But yo, like, did you always know you wanted to be a journalist? Was that something like?
Nah, I didn't think it was I didn't think it was an option. I didn't think there was no money in it. Like, I always enjoy writing, and I think that's where the rapping part came from me. I'm 12, 13 years old, penning, going outside, kicking my rhymes, lunchroom, kicking my rhymes, open mics at the New York Poet Cafe, in clubs I was probably too young to get into, in front of Fat Beats, battling people.
Fat Beats, damn, that was the shit.
And all of that. But it stemmed from being a writer, and I always loved to read and I love to write. But I never felt like I was like, I'm not gonna get a time. Like, the New York Times not gonna want me. Like, I'm not gonna fit in at the New York Times. And I didn't think you could actually make a career writing and documenting hip hop, like, for the source. It just hadn't occurred to me that was a way to actually make money and feed your family. And it kind of just happened, like, step by step. I started as a freelancer. You know, $1 a word, writing album reviews. My first album review I ever wrote was for Jadakiss.
No way.
Kiss' second album.
Damn, that's crazy, man. Shout out Jada,
Shout out
one
Jada.
of the illest in New York.
Yeah, man. So when I saw the check from that, you know, it was bigger than the checks that I was getting from doing little shows or whatever. So I was just like,
hold on, I'm over here now. Right now, what next album you need me to talk about?
Right,
I got you.
Right. So little by little, I built up my freelance reputation, and it led to a full-time gig at Double XL.
That's what I was going to ask you, too. I was going to ask you, who gave you your real first opportunity to cover hip-hop professionally?
A brother by the name of Tim Hotep, who I grew up with. We went to high school together, and he started working for Complex when Complex was a magazine still. And we went to school together, so he knew I could write, and he knew I just knew a shit ton about hip-hop. So he was like, man, I need you to write this Jadakiss album review yo, could you go up to Yonkers? My biggest problem was like, how the fuck am I gonna get to Yonkers?
That's a fact.
He was like, nah, Interscope gonna send you a car. The car gonna wait for you, take you back. I said, easy. And y'all gonna pay me?
Word, let's do it.
So we went up to D Block studio. It was the second out to Kiss of Death. So Kiss is there. I remember Kiss. I remember Jen was there. You remember Jen from 106 in Park?
Jen was nice.
Jen was nice.
Jen was nice. Niggas tried to front on Jen. He could freestyle his ass
that's my guy. He was signed to Rough Riders at that time. So I remember going to the studio. Kiss was there. He plays the album. And I'm hearing songs like Why for the first time. Like the first time I heard Why, I'm getting chills. I'm like,
Damn.
oh, this a crazy
you
record.
walked in the right session.
Right.
Word.
So yeah, did that, wrote up the album review. They published it in Complex and they sent me a check. After that, Vibe Magazine called, was like, yo, can you do this Ghostface review? Then the Source called, was like, yo, we heard you was ill. Yo, can you write for us? So I was free. I was working in the mailroom in the city.
It's crazy.
I'll tell you a funnier story. Working in a place called Delia's. It's a call center mailroom. A lot of underground New York rappers. Immortal Technique used to work there. Poison Pen used to work there.
Damn.
Back in the day, Emil used to be our supervisor.
Yo,
before
you
she was
fucking
signed.
shitting me.
Yeah,
yo,
real life. Emil was the customer service supervisor. It was a spot in New York. Like everybody in New York worked.
She definitely let y'all niggas do whatever because Emil was the nicest person ever. You fucking kidding me?
She was always chill. So Emil used to work there. And then all of a sudden, she wasn't working there no more. It was like, damn, what happened to Emil? We turned on MTV. She with y'all.
Yo.
For me, that was some of the biggest motivation. Just because, she was just here. Mm-hmm. And now she's there. And it showed, oh, this is possible. Like, we could get into this game. Like, there's a way to get in there.
Her voice was ill. Yeah. But, yo, you bringing up Emil, bring back some stories. Because it was supposed to be a group, if you remember. Major Coins.
Major Coins.
You know why Major Coins never got signed and it just was Emil?
Nah.
Because they couldn't dance and rap at the same time.
You got to figure that out. You got to get some choreography or something.
Nigga. Dave had them in the studio like, yo, we about to do this show. Let's see how y'all gonna do it. So they playing the music like, yo, y'all gotta dance and ad-lib behind the middle verse or Can I Get Her?
Right.
It was over from
They had to get them, man. They
couldn't
get a choreographer or something.
Coins, that was the story of Major Coins. That's why it just was Emil, because she got it together.
But I tell that story on some, man, give her props. Cause just being the dude from Brooklyn, like I'm from Flatbush, so we had special ed, but it's not like I knew special ed. I was a kid and whatever. But
special ed, a dog with a solid gold bone. Niggas knew, nobody knew that nigga.
So that was the first one though, that it was like really close, that it was right there. And then, just start kicking in the door a little bit and seeing that this thing is possible, motivates you.
Yeah, man. Then MTV News became one of the places, fans get to hear all the stories, all that shit. You know what I mean? What made that era of music journalism so special for you?
For me, it was that's when I went from a writer, because I was in the magazine. You might just see my name, you see my byline, and I got to MTV to write, so it's digital. So now the frequency, instead of me writing in a magazine that comes out once a month, when MTV hired me, they said, yo, we want you to write, you got to write 4 articles a day.
Oh.
I was writing 7. It was just, I was like, I could write it and put it out, I was writing 7 joints a day. I'm about 2 weeks there, and I meet Sway.
Shout out Sway, man. One of the coolest DJs ever in the world, man.
Yeah, just one of the realest dudes. And he was like, yo, I like you. He was just like, yo, you gonna have a shot. To be on camera, and I think you could be like a personality in this game. Is that something you want? And I'm like, yeah, I tried. He was like, all right, just stay close, pay attention. Can't tell you when, I can't tell you how, but you're gonna get a shot.
That's right.
And so the MTV, the thing that made it special is, one, I'm working right beside the guy that I looked up to, and this thing was Sway. And he's talking about he gonna give me a shot, and it changed my career. It took me from a writer to a personality to more of a known journalist. So it kind of just shed more light on me. And I got to learn production and how cameras work and all of that. So MTV was a special time.
Yo, Sway the realest, man. Sway wore the beanie, whatever he wear, he wore it in the White House.
Yeah.
He the realest.
I never saw him with. Listen, man, we done been on trips out of town. I never seen Sway without the crown, man.
Word up, Sway don't
man.
fucking play, nigga. He wore that shit at the White House, nigga.
But that's what's dope about hip hop, right? It's like, yo, we could, and I remember that day, I wanted to go, but again, I'm a little homie, so not everybody can't go.
Shout out Benny the Butcher. Everybody can't go.
Everybody can't. But Sway still called me that. Yo, listen, man, we going to the White House like the night before. Yo, if you got a question,
let me know.
Shoot me the question, and I'll work it. So he asked one of my questions.
No way.
To the president. So I felt like we was both there.
That's right.
But he still made me a part of it without being a part of it.
That's dope,
and what
man.
that showed me though is like, yo, we could show up anywhere as our authentic selves, being hip hop.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I know you see it with like Hove in these boardrooms.
That's
like he walking as Hove.
That's one thing he preached, man. You walking as yourself. You don't change for the room. You change the room.
Yeah. So
you know what I mean?
That's what Sway showed me.
But you interviewed everybody, man, from Jay, Kendrick, Nas, Drake, everybody. Is it one interview to you that stands out above all?
Oh man. Probably my Kendrick interview. 2015 Kendrick to Pimp a Butterfly interview. Cause we were just talking. I didn't even know that interview was good. Like when we walked out, people was like, "How did it go?" I was like, "Cause it was just two dudes talk. I couldn't even gauge. I knew I enjoyed the conversation. I didn't know how it was gonna resonate." And that's the interview that people still come up to me and they have like an emotional connection to it. Cause we was talking about music and To Pimp a Butterfly, but we was talking about real shit like leaving the hood, survivor's guilt, right? Like being able to tour the world and back home your peoples are still going through the same thing. And you want to take everything you learn about the world and give it to your people back home, but are they ready for the message and stuff? So it was a real deep conversation, a real life conversation. And that's the one that even all these years later, people still come up to me and was like, nah, like that was the one.
And Kendrick, everybody, man, like between Jay, Drake, Kendrick, all them niggas is dominating and they feel respectively great at what they do, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like that Drake and Kendrick shit does shifted hip hop for a minute.
You know, it's like the Godfather scene when he's like, yo, man, it's like you need this every 10 years. It clears the bad blood. Like, you know, I think it's dope that because hip hop is competitive, right? And
always been.
I think it's dope that we see Drake be able to bounce back, be able to drop an album like Iceman, and it's like, oh, he ain't done. Like what happened, but it's still
hits to be made.
Exactly. So you know,
let's get back to the scheduled program.
Right. And look, I know it was a lot more personal for them, and they going through it, but I'm happy to see that they still get to carry hip hop on. Drake still get to be Drake. Kendrick still get to be Kendrick. We saw something that entertained us. Like I said, I don't know how entertaining it was for them. It was going through it, but it entertained us. I know what it is,
man. We've been in the middle of a war like that with Nas. You know what I'm saying?
And now, you know, he came out on Yankee Stadium with a Darryl Strawberry jacket.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't think that'll happen in their situation.
I don't see that happening. But did you ever think that would happen in the midst of it, in the heat of it? Did you ever think Jay and Nas would ever reconcile?
Honestly, no.
Yeah.
No. It was just as disrespectful as that.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Like, and I would have never thought Jay would be ad-libbing for Nas and Nas would be ad-libbing for Jay, and they'll be rhyming over each other beat in Yankee Stadium.
Crazy.
That's not even something you could draw up and be like, yeah, this gonna happen one day. I picture it.
Yeah.
Like Yankee Stadium was just so surreal for me in general, just because, remember, 30 years ago, Reasonable Doubt dropped. 33 years ago, we was in the basement of Clark Kent house. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Clark.
You know what I mean? And Jay ripped a piece of paper out of a notebook and gave it to me and said, as fast as you remember that paper is as fast as your life change. Here we are as the results of life changing from that sheet of paper. It's like, so standing there in Yankee Stadium, it hit me like the last 30 years, everything we've been through, everything just hit me like light flash, like, wow.
And that's important, man, because like, hip hop is more than just all wins, right? Like it's the journey to me. Like I'm at the same way you. So you watching Yankee Stadium, but you remember Clark's Basement.
That's right.
Where it started. I'm watching this guy up there. I'm watching y'all up there. And I'm a Stretching Bobbito. I used to listen to Stretching Bobbito.
And we all did.
Like the Big L freestyle, I was listening live that night when it happened. And going back to school the next day, yo.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I remember I Can't Get With That. You know what I'm saying? I remember the original
with that.
in my lifetime.
I gotta keep it thick. I remember shooting that video on Marcy. I thought we was lit.
Right. And so it's like, yo, from that to this. Even I asked Guru about this because even in one of the interludes, they was playing the Milkbone beat, the beat that him and Big L rapped over.
Yeah.
And I thought he was gonna come out and perform that. I said Yankee Stadium ain't ready for this. He's not gonna do these first. But it was a dope nod to the journey, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
So we could celebrate the wins, but you still gotta celebrate where it started. You know what I'm saying?
All the time. You can never forget where it started. Never, man. Because that's what I always feel like the journey make you enjoy the win even more. Like, because the journey is worth it, man.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's worth it. All the no's, all the doors closed, all the U-turns, all the we can't carry that album in the store, all the when I'm riding on top of the Hummer in Memphis Bleek is MTV, we can't show that. You influencing kids, all of that matters to where we are today. Like I love it, man. Like it's just like you. Like it leads to my next question. Like you spend years documenting hip hop, bro. Like making it. Like what have artists taught you about the culture that fans rarely get to see?
That's a good question. That is more than just entertainment. And you know, look, I knew that because at the same time, though I documented and I'm known for documenting it, like I come from it.
That's right.
We come from the same. I'm from Flatbush, Brooklyn. Like me and Vok.
That's my
grew
dog.
Up with Vok.
Shout out Vok.
Vok grew up around the corner. Germ around the corner. Two grew up around the corner.
Man, that's crazy.
Like so, I'm from
that
you
hood
right
there.
You know what I'm saying? I might have just went a different route than some of the people on my block. But we all doing it. So it's more than just entertainment. I think especially now in this era of social media, fans feel like they could say anything. A lot of people talk real crazy and feel like they could say anything. But these are people, yes, these are entertainers, but these are people's real lives.
That's a fact.
And when I document it, I strive to document the real, like, where did this come from? What made you write that? What's the real story behind that? Yes, it's dope to us, but then this 9 out of 10 times, 8 out of 10 times came from pain.
That's a fact.
So let's not lose that fact. We ain't up here just singing and dancing. We got real stories to tell, and we got to tell these stories the right way. Because you seen, I don't know if you peeped, all the work that we did at MTV. MTV took all their content offline. All the articles that I've written, that Shaheem Reed has written, that all the interviews that Sway has done, Jason Rodriguez, like all it don't exist online anymore.
No way.
Yeah, so
I did not know that.
And look, I got interviews with Nipsey Hussle.
That's crazy.
The $100 mixtape. Well, guess what, man? Rest in peace. Nip ain't here to tell the story no more.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I got interviews with Mac Miller. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Mac Miller. I got a song with Mac Miller that we never got to drop, and I don't even have it.
He told me about it. He told me about it. That was my dog for real.
We
so
did
he
a monster, bro. Word. I'm so sick I ain't get a copy of that record, bro. Word.
Well, I'm gonna see if I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna see if I can find it for you.
Please, my
But
G.
but when you think about the ones who aren't here anymore, especially, but everybody, but the ones who, like, Nip is not here to tell the story, but we documented the time in Nip's career. We documented the time in Mac Miller's career.
Yeah.
And now it's offline. I get it. MTV is a business. For whatever reason, they took it offline. But when I'm documenting, I need these to live forever.
That's right. It's
I need the records
to live
forever. These are records of history. This is not just entertainment. This is our life. This is our culture, man. So we got to document it the right way.
That's a fact, man. Like, do you think hip-hop does a good job at preserving its own history, or are we too quick to just move on to the next big thing?
I think it's getting scary. I think we were really good at it. I think we had institutions, you know what I'm saying? Like, we had pillars in this, be it people, be it the Source, the Double XLs, the Angie Martinez's of the world, the Sways.
That's right. Shout out all the legends, all the OG
all the legends,
man.
But we losing it now. I think it's just becoming now the topic of the day. I think there's a danger I think there's a real danger in this moment. If we don't take this shit seriously, then how's the rest of the world gonna take us seriously?
I think we shoot at our own a lot.
Yeah.
It's almost like, but it's in our culture. It's been in our culture, but now it's in media.
Right, but that's not, and media's always been critical. And that's not to say we can't be critical of things.
It's cool to be critical,
that means that we
but it's
can't
getting
challenge
personal.
Each other. Yeah, man, but
getting
it's
personal
a lot. It's
now,
a lot,
bro.
It's
People
a lot.
in like it's getting personal. Like I feel like a lot of journalism has changed now. Like when I was coming up, the number one target on the headline for us was Wendy Williams.
Right.
It knew. Wendy, you get that Wendy Williams interview, you better go up there with your shield up, your face guard, you better be ready because she coming out swinging.
Yeah.
Miss Jones, starring Buck Wild, fucking Cosmic Kev, fucking sometimes Flex, sometimes Enough.
Right.
Them niggas ain't even dropped that bomb. Yo, so we heard.
Right.
And you got to be ready. And I just a lot of people disagree with the academics, the Charleston Whites, the Whack 100s. Me, I ain't gonna say I'm a fan and not a fan. I'm too busy. I don't tune in, but I know them as media personalities. I feel like that disruption is needed because everything can't be rosy, bro. We can't just be la 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 la. Somebody gotta come through and be like, man, y'all niggas bitch ass niggas. Right. Somebody gotta do it. Like
and to me, Wendy Williams is really a pioneer
of that.
In that style. I think a lot of what we see today comes off of the Wendy Williams tree of influence, right? And it's entertaining. One thing is, listen, absolutely, you have to ask the questions that the people want to know.
Yes. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because we have to be loyal to the audience. So you got to ask the questions that the people want to know. People have to be challenged. You could criticize for sure. I think there's an excessive tearing down going on.
Yes.
But the fact is, it's also entertainment. And for me, you just need the balance. It can't be too much of one thing and not the other. To me, you need the balance for this whole thing to work.
I think the tearing down part truthfully comes from everybody say I'm 100. I keep it real. I'm the realest. I'm this. So now it's these guys' job in media to be like, no, you not. You did this. We saw this. We have this information. Remember back in the day, it used to be like, call, they be in the air on the news. We getting this live information. Breaking news coming in. They just said the senator did this. Now it's just in music. They can make it records like, I'm the trap lord. And then here come Whack 100 like, it says
I got
line
the paperwork.
6, you told.
I got the paperwork. For me, it got to be rooted in the truth. You know what I'm saying? The truth always gonna come to light.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And you can't run a high from your truth. You could dip and dodge 5 years, 10 years. It might be 20 years down the line. The thing that you did is always gonna come to the light. So I have no problem with it as long as it's rooted in truth and respect for the audience. You know what I'm saying?
Me, like I said, it's no different than Wendy Williams. Cause she was gunning. I never forget my first interview with her. Soon as I sat down, so Memphis Bleek, they say you fucking the interns at Rockefeller. It's like, what? Like, what am I supposed to say here? Like, who told you that? It's like, what?
Might have been some truth to it.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, hold on. Check my two-way.
Right.
She got my shit tapped. Like, what's going on here? Like, but that's what I'm saying. So I enjoy it. I think it's.
Was there ever a time outside of that Wendy Williams time? Was there ever a time for you when you was under attack? I never felt like you had a ton of
I never
controversy.
was under the. Cause you know why I think so, bro? I think I dodged it because before social media, you was able to hide your personal life.
Right.
You know, people only, when they read the source, read the vibe, read the XXL, saw BET, MTV, then they saw you. Like, they didn't really, and they came to the meet and greet. That was it. They didn't know. Once all of that stopped, you could go home and be a farmer. No one knew. They didn't know if I had goats at the crib, herding cows. Like, you know what I mean? So today I feel like with social media and the fan bases that we carry and the responsibility, people want to see. You talk about it, they want to see. They want to go to that page and be like, oh, this dude say he be in the chateau. Show me pictures of you in the chateau. Don't just tell me about it, show me. And I feel like that's why a lot of these people get attacked because they're not living their truth.
Right.
It's all
Right.
imitating to get a check.
Right.
So, and now it's the media job to point out the imitation.
Right.
That's just.
Do you think there's a line that's too far?
I think so. When it gets interjected into the beefs,
Right.
like when it's because now these kids is in gangs,
Right.
So when you inserting into different sets and different gangs and provoking one against the other, or even just antagonizing one side
Right.
against the other, then I feel like it's a responsibility us as adults we have
Right.
for the youth to not lead them that way.
So I'm at Genius as well, and I'm probably jumping. And we have a show called Verified, Yellow Background, where you break down lyrics. And I'm not gonna say who out of respect, but there was these two drill artists from Brooklyn who do not live that far from each other. Like if you know Brooklyn, you know the streets. It's like a 10-block radius, and in New York, 10 blocks is nothing. And they was going at it on record. But we also knew how real it can get, and one of them wanted to come to Genius to break down one of the diss records. And as much traffic as that will bring in, as much as people wanted to see that, I'm like, yo, I can't let you do that.
That's a fact.
You could come and break down the girl single, the song for the girls.
We're not gonna have you on.
Because then, for a couple of reasons. For one,
It's gonna
whatever
open
you
that
say is
door.
going to spur something on.
And now
Then the next one going to want to come up. It's going to
Yes.
open that door. And I don't want to be Exhibit A in the courtroom
right.
when shit go down.
That's a
I
fact.
don't. So, man, if we could dial this back, I'd rather help dial it back
and
than push it forward.
I'm glad I'm glad you here that I can have this conversation with, because I feel like if you're gonna put the responsibility on the media not to interject, antagonize, or provoke, then the artist is blatantly admitting crimes over beats.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
So, like, you can't be mad at me that you said you shot Ray Ray.
Right.
I'm just reporting on Ray Ray.
Right.
Like,
but it do feel, man. I see some of these channels, and yes, but we also speaking code, right? First of all,
a lot of the code is detected.
Right,
now.
yeah.
These niggas,
Yeah.
that secret Dakota, they was writing in niggas that wrote all over. We see what you doing.
100% facts, and the responsibility is on the artist. But there's some of these channels, there's some of these that I know they don't come from the culture. I know that, and when I talk about come from the culture, also have to deal with the circumstances when you got to bury somebody. Or deal with the circumstances of the get back. Or deal with the circumstances of a brother or a son or a cousin doing life in jail. But sit from the comfort of your own YouTube at a remote location playing Who Done It. And ultimately it's on the artist, but there's a point of watching that don't sit right with me. It feel like voyeurism. It feel like the people who go to the safari and you safe enough in your cart on the safari to watch the lions and watch everybody do what they do, but you don't got to deal with none of the circumstances and none of the danger of that shit. And that shit rubs me the wrong way.
But they not out the window with sticks poking the animals at the safari.
Some of them too, you be seeing them bratty ass kids. Like, don't feed the animals, you throwing gummy bears at the shit. It's just, look, and maybe I'm wrong, right? And I'm happy to be wrong, but there's a part of that don't sit right with me. Like again, I do feel a responsibility not to protect nobody or not to save nobody, but it's real circumstances that come with this shit. And me as somebody who is, about to be 47 years old, like I know better, so I got to do better. Hey,
That's
man,
right.
don't break down that song. Break down the other one.
That's
the one you
right.
wrote about your girl, break down that one. You could say that one. You actually should have kept that one in the studio. But because it's different too, it's not KRS versus Shan anymore.
Yo, but it was drama back then too. They was running in the club, taking niggas' mics, kicking them off the stage. And yo, I heard, I don't know, as a shorty, you read in the magazine, Shan had a show. KRS one of them bum rushed the show, threw him and his DJ off the stage, flipped them up, took the mic, and continued the show. Now it's KRS-One show. Where I'm from, that's called smoke.
I didn't hear that one about Shan, but he had that reputation. I
don't know if it's Shan, but I remember
he did it.
they say he have a reputation
with PM Dawn.
That's
He did it
what
with
was.
PM Dawn.
My bad, MC Shan. Don't come get at me, my
He
G.
did it,
You already
yeah.
know you an OG legend. I got nothing but respect. I had shit fucked up, but I knew it was somebody. They said he flipped off the stage, took the mic, and took over the show.
Yeah, that was PM Dawn. Rest in
Now,
peace to
that
Prince
was
B,
today.
too. Right.
PM Dawn would have came and shot the whole club up.
Yeah, it's a different time though, man. Like back then, you might just had to like knuckle down. That's it. Like you just had to shoot. It might not even be shoot the fair one. Like you might get jumped.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? But that not that we wasn't getting shot and killed back then, but it's just way different now, bro. It's
because
way different.
these kids is admitting real crimes,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Real
Don't do that.
crime. You cannot, like, I cannot get on this platform and literally identify somebody in Marcy committing a crime, did a crime, or I know about a crime, or I did something to them purposely. Like, yeah, Ray, you know when I seen you, we slapped you on Myrtle Avenue last week. What you think, Ray, when he see this interview? He looking for me now. So you can't be shocked when he clipped me or something happened.
God forbid.
I provoked it. So that's the thing in music, life, streets, everything. I feel like we sit there entertained by the bullshit and then be shocked when the real shit happens. It's like, nigga, what you thought was the end of this movie gonna happen?
Yeah. Nah, you right. You right. I just feel a way when it's not us. We shouldn't be perpetuating it neither.
No.
But especially when it's not us out there perpetuating the shit. I feel the way I'm looking at you because I'm like, what's your investment in this shit?
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? You taking a whole lot of people down with your commentary. Who did you ever lift up? You know what I'm saying? It's give and take. You know what I'm saying?
That part. You gotta, I feel like for every bad deed I ever did, it's 40 good ones that could replace that one. So I know that.
And you hope at the end that it means
That it
something, right?
means
But we don't
something.
even
That's
got
a fact.
control over that.
It's like, do you think because you're an artist and a journalist, that's what keeps the balance between both for you?
A little bit. I remember when I was at Double XL. Shout out to Daytwan Thomas.
That's my guy. Shout out Daytwan, man.
He was the editor-in-chief at the time. And I was working at Double XL, but I was also putting out music on the blogs, like Not Right, Two Dope Boys. And all I would do...
Shout out Not Right, Two Dope Boys. They show love to everybody.
Yeah, low key.
Word up.
On Smash, all of that. And what I would do when I would take rapper pictures, I'd just take off my glasses. It was like Clark Kent Superman. And for years, nobody noticed. But I worked in the magazine, so not a lot of people know my face. So one day, Daytwan called me into his office. He the editor-in-chief. And he turned his computer around. I thought I was in trouble. He said, shh, this you? And it was me on that right. Yo, this you?
Yo, chill.
And I said, yeah. He was like, yo, this shit is dope.
Exactly.
Yo,
I ain't gonna front. You get busy, my G. Word up.
Thank you. But he had told me, he said, that's it. He said, that's why you're able to ask the right questions. That's why artists respect, even if they don't know it. He was like, you're not as big as the artist that you interview, but you know what it's like to go into that studio with an idea and then leave with something tangible. You know what it's like to put like your feeling or your life on a record. He said, that's why artists fuck with you.
That's right.
And I had never thought about it like that before, but he was like, you relate maybe better than somebody who's never been through it before.
Of course, man. It's like the guy who becomes the lawyer who once was the drug dealer. He knows what it is. He gonna fight the hardest for you. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that changed their life around, that been through the storm, knows what it is, no matter what, good or bad. They're gonna, if you know the ins and out, you're gonna respect the craft and respect the road.
And that's why Genius was such a perfect fit when I moved over to Genius at that point in my career, because it was like lyrics. Like yo,
to ask you about that.
Somebody took a time to write, yo, let's not gloss over that line. Like, yo, that's a double. Yo, that's a triple. No, that just don't mean one thing. Well, hold on, let's stop right there. We're not just gonna breeze past that because you know what it takes.
That's what I was about to say. Like, you got that. Y'all over at Genius, I got the, what is that? The Sprites Living track list.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Cultural Authority panel. 50 songs, shaping hip hop. Talk about that, man.
That was big for me because to do that campaign with Sprite, again, it's just participating in it, right? Like I remember coming up, and again, right, we from that era where they was like, yo, hip hop's not gonna last. It's just a fad.
Yep.
You couldn't get a brand sponsorship. But I remember
definitely not Sprite. But you'd have Four Loko.
Right. But if you remember Sprite back in the day, like Kid and Play had one. Heavy D had one.
Kid and Play was the.
They had the movies.
Yeah.
My favorite Sprite commercial coming up, I don't know if you remember this one, was it was Nas and AZ on the stoop, and they recreated the scene from Wild Style.
I remember that.
The Double Trouble.
Yeah.
Here's a little story that must be told about two. And I was like, so I'm like, oh, they get it. And now to be at this point in my career, like participating in a Sprite campaign with Genius, with Angie Martinez on the panel, to discuss like 50 like legendary hip hop songs and lift it up. Like so and it's hits like Juicy is on the list.
Yeah.
Gotta talk about Juicy. You gotta talk about Pop California Love.
That's a fact.
But we also on the list is Most Def and Quali Black Star, 1, 2, 3, Most Def and Talib Quali. So it runs the gamut.
Most Def and Quali is just fucking dope.
Brooklyn.
Like, everybody know that.
Brooklyn,
man.
or Queen Latifah, UNITY, like that was so ill of a record because that did so much for women in hip hop. That wasn't a woman walking in like, hey, don't call me a bitch. No, she came, who you calling a bitch?
That's right.
And you had to respect it.
And she had that look like she'll fuck you
she'll
up.
Fuck you. I punched him dead in his eye.
Straight
up. You know what I'm
like-
saying? Like, so these are records, and I can't tell you where that landed on Billboard. I can't tell you if that's double platinum, triple platinum, down.
You just know it's triple platinum in our house.
I know what it did for us.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So we had that type of conversation on the panel and with Sprite and with Genius, and I was just like glad to be a part of it. It was like a feather in my cap for my career.
That's dope.
Yeah,
Looking ahead, where you see Genius continuing to grow both as a media company and a cultural institution?
There's something new coming for the company. Look, I think it's about we want to help artists navigate their careers, and their creative process. It's a lot being said about AI right now and how it's used in music, but ultimately, just going back to the Genius thing, it's not on us. It's not Genius's place to define that right now. Again, the artist and the audience define that.
Yes.
But right now, we're looking at building tools to help artists with their careers, not to help them create, but to build their career and enhance their careers, and because it takes a lot to be an artist. It's not just the studio. It's not just writing and recording. It's you got to make sure your business is right. You got to make sure your team is on point. You got to make sure
it's a lot that goes into it.
Especially independent now, right? Like the rollout, like.
As a kid, that's so weird. I'm glad you say that, because as a kid, when Rockefeller first started, it was just writing.
Right.
It wasn't until Rockefeller ended that it was like, oh shit, I gotta go talk to him, talk to them, meet with her, draw this plan up. Before it was just go to the studio, call Guru or Pat Villa, Brian Stanley, any one of the engineers that was on deck, record, Bobby Dash come in there, take that record, and we just chilling in the car.
Because you had a team.
We had a squad.
But now when you started the warehouse.
Oh shit.
And now you gotta be Guru, you gotta be Bobby Dash, you gotta be Hove, you gotta be.
When I started
Shaka.
Warehouse, I called Jay and told him, because I found out what it was, the package, to roll out a record, to radio, internet, promotion, paying the person of the promoted, the rep, all of that, all wrapped up in a nice bow. It was a nice price tag. And I was like, this is how much it costs to put a record out. And they like, yeah, that's today. Back in the day, it was double that.
Wow.
My nigga, I had to call Hove. Like, yo, bro, used to spend this to put, like, even on records that didn't work. He was like, yeah. I was like, nigga, you better than me. Because I'd have never did that. I love you for betting on me like that, nigga, because I don't think I'd have bet on myself. 100 racks. I got the money. We talking about make more. Nah, we good. We gonna invest this in something we know.
Something safer.
Yeah, like music ain't guaranteed, bro. You can sit there all you want and think in your mind, this is it. And you mean to tell me we gonna bet $100 on the maybe? Nah, I need something more sure than that. Fuck that. They about to put me where Martha Stewart went. Because I need the inside trading numbers.
But you came out, but you made it work. Look, I don't know. I ain't in your pocket. I don't know what the number was, but y'all made an impact.
No, definitely. But just to even take that gamble, like that's why I feel like certain artists, when they get that deal, they think they made it. And it's like, bro, the journey just begins now. And it's like, you got somebody to invest in your dream. Remember, we picked this pin up. It's a dream of ours. Somebody willing to fund your dream, put you in the studio, get you a crib, fly you to anywhere you want to go, get you any feature, and you go home and take that for granted and just turn lazy. It's insane to me. 90% of artists who don't make it is not the label fault. You know that, right? Because like, what do the label do after giving you the money?
Right. It's the work ethic, man. Hey, everybody can't go. Everybody can't. Like it ain't for everybody. Because you even look, and sometimes it's like, how many whack rappers? Like, it's not just talent. How many?
No,
like,
talent ain't just it. No,
there's some guys who, because I'm nice. Because I can ball you up. Like, everything's just supposed to come to me easy.
No, that don't mean nothing. Hustle beats talent when talent don't hustle. All the time.
Right. And we see it all the time. And we see whack rappers like, but I'll put out 100 mixtapes and one of these is going to connect.
That's right. That's all you need is one. That's what it's like being a criminal and a cop. Think, a criminal got to be right all the time. The cop only got to be right once. That's it. So, and I wanted to ask you, we was talking about this off camera. How you feel about hip hop artists like myself going into journalism, my G? Are we fucking up the craft or we paying homage?
I look at it like boxing. I look at it like boxing. I look at it like I fuck with Max Kellerman.
Max a real one.
Max is on his shit.
He honest as shit too. Word up.
But there's certain things that only Lennox Lewis could tell you sitting ringside, or Roy Jones could tell you when they're commentating. So from that perspective, you know what I'm saying, rappers as journalists now, as commentators, as storytellers, it's like boxing. It's like, yo, man, like I fuck with Max, but I want to hear from Lennox Lewis too. And so I think it's space. What it did, honestly, was it forced me to adapt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, does it take away opportunities? Because you think about it, ain't a whole lot of journalists with podcast deals anymore. It's all former rappers or former athletes.
That's a fact.
Right? That's just a fact. Like, you know, the people with the money to invest in, I want to invest in your, they're not necessarily coming to a me or to a Elliot Wilson at this point or what, shout out to B-Dot, like they were, like it was when we was just the only game in town. So, but you don't complain, you adjust. That's right. Just, the playing field just changed. Guess what? You're going to have to do a whole lot more to get me out of here. That's right. That means I just got to work harder. I got to work smarter. I got to change my approach. I started my own podcast that I shoot. It's just me.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a podcast. It's just my thoughts.
That's right.
And it's me in the room, and I just go and I film it myself and I edit it myself. And because while I might not be able to have the budget for the production myself, I was like, yo, I could do Premiere Pro. I got that camera. And I'm just going to do this shit to death till we get bigger and we grow. You look at somebody like Joe Budden. Look at his set now. And look at the set when he first started. He ain't ended up where he started at.
And that's what I love. That I love you brought him up, because that's one thing I hate about our culture, that people like to look at the end result and want to mimic you. It's like Joe been doing this shit for the last 20 years, my nigga. That nigga started on MySpace, doing a live with his family. Like, it's insane. And now you look at where he at now, and everybody think they could do it.
They could do it.
He deserved to be where he at because he worked for it and earned it. You can't do that, fam. Chill out.
Even Nori, man. And I remember when Nori called me before he started Drink Champs. Shout out to EFN.
Shout out Nori, Drink Champs, whole staff. They're my dogs.
I used to interview Nori at MTV, and he didn't even need a project out. Nori just knew how to go viral. Nori knew what Nori would say the right thing. And I don't even think he was trying. It was just Nori being Nori. And his interviews was always entertaining. And then when he came back around, I said, yo, I think I'm going to start a podcast. What did you think? And he told me the Drink Champs I did. I said, yo, I thought that'd be a fucking great idea. Shit, I remember we said this. He's not gonna mind me saying this, but first couple of episodes, he'd be like, yo, like Jeezy is coming. Yo, can you send me questions? And I would send him questions, or this one and that one coming.
Because he even put it on Twitter. Yo, I got such and such coming through. Yo, what y'all want to ask him?
Right.
Like, yo, my man, you cheating, fam.
And so I would absolutely, one, because Nori is my man, and two, I want to see him win. I remember one time I interviewed Hove, on Twitter Spaces. And Nori was the first one to call me after, like, bro, how did you do that? Like, I can't interview like you. Like, how do you navigate that? And I'm like, yo, that's just what I do. Like, I could give you some of the science, but you brilliant in I can't do what you do. Because at the same time, Nas is a tough interview. I've interviewed Nas before. Nas is like, if Nas ain't super comfortable with you, he'll give you the interview, but he's not just gonna give you information.
I've been there
for the sake of giving it.
I've been there. Like, and it's been interviews doing this that I felt like some of them are fun, and I feel like, yeah, I enjoyed that interview, or this was dope. But there's been a couple the way I've been like, damn, man, the fuck? I don't want to do those no more.
But it's sometimes it's like unlocking the code. So, and there's no disrespect. That's just Nas's personality. But I remember watching Nas do a Drink Champs interview with Nori, and maybe the liquor helped. But he's comfortable with Nori because that's his man.
And he grew up
one
with
of the
him,
best Nas interviews I ever seen. So I had told Nori the same way maybe I could interview a whole one of Twitter Spaces. I can't interview Nas. I've tried to interview Nas, and none of them has been as great as what you did. So it's a lane for everybody, man. And I'm just with people who trying to uplift. There's a lot of people coming in here who try to bullshit with it. At the end of the day,
it's about the money. Just seeing the dollar sign. That's one thing. When I got into this space, bro, I told Nori, one, I'm not going to be tearing down the very people I call my brothers in culture. I'm not going to tear down the one thing that pay me, hip hop.
Right.
So I'm not here to destroy hip hop. Right. I'm not here to spare the smear campaigns against my peers.
Right.
Yo, dirt, who we slept with, who this. If I can't just be a fan of the art and the people I'm interviewing, I don't want to do this shit, bro. And he was like, nah, trust me, people just want to hear you. Yeah. And I'm glad he convinced me to do this shit because I didn't want to do it. Because now I enjoy it. I love it. I get to hear your story, where you started from, where before it's you asking my story. You know what I mean? You know how dope I felt sitting here interviewing Clue. Enough. These is niggas who interviewed me when I was a shorty. So now it's like, nigga, tell me what you used to do growing up.
It's real. And then plus your perspective again, like, I mean, we talked about my perspective of just knowing how to pen, how to put shit out. But you got plaques on the wall. You like world tours, and the relationships you got is different. So it's like, you know, like you and in the first couple of episodes, like seeing you and Guru, so like you know the right things that you know how to unlock. You and Just Blaze, like you and Clue, like you was in it. So it's just a different perspective. You have questions that I wouldn't even think to ask because it's the details.
And we've been in the trenches. But looking back over your career, what are you most proud of contributing to this hip hop game, man?
Wow. I think the thing I'm most proud of is just one, being able to feed my family and raise my kids and to show my kids that you could live your dream, man. When I was, 12 years old, I knew this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to be involved in hip hop some sort of way.
That's dope.
And I've been able to make a good living and raise a family. So just show my kids, like, yo, that thing that you love, you just gotta do it to death, and it's gonna work out. But other than that, it's, man, just being able to contribute. Like I'm grateful for everything that I've earned. I pay my bills and got a crib and shit is cool. Can put food on the table. But I'm also proud of not what I made, but what I given back. Like being able to shine light on certain artists. And some of the biggest artists today. Like I remember when Kendrick first started, when Wiz first started, when Cole first started. When Nip, when you can name them, and I remember there were certain artists I used to bring up to MTV, and the older people who had been in MTV were like, who's this? Why are you bringing this? And they turn out to be the next superstars. So it feels dope to give just light to the culture and help people grow, and especially those who aren't like a Fred the Godson. I remember when we put Fred the Godson on.
Rest in peace, Fred the
Rest
Godson.
in peace.
One of the illest.
Yeah, man, so nice.
Bar you
to death.
Punchline you to your dead.
Right. Putting him on the XXL freshman cover, but me being the one to make the call, yo, Fred, like, you ready? You know what I'm saying? Or to be able to call him Mickey Fax and put him on the cover, or I put the call into J. Cole. Like, yo, Cole, and you know what I'm saying? Like, that's freshman dope. Cover and shit like that. So, and just to see, artists grow and kind of, become who they meant to become. I'm not taking credit for it by no way. That's their talent, that's their hustle, that's God. But to be
But you
like,
saw
damn,
it.
like
Yeah,
we
saw it.
we was there and whatever light you had, you was willing to shine it and use it. Like that should mean a lot.
That
to me to
means
be able to do
everything,
that.
man. Trust me. So when people think about Rob Markman years from now, man, what you want them to say? What you want them to say about the man, the rapper, the artist, the journalist, just everything? What's the last words you want people to think about you?
That he cared about us. That he cared about us. The we. That he gave a shit that it wasn't just a lick. And he cared about this hip hop shit and he contributed it in a positive way.
Facts.
Because
I agree. I never heard you in no bullshit smear campaigns. You be just telling it like it is.
Yeah, and I try not to be I also feel like I could tell the truth and not be disrespectful. Because my other thing is, and I'm not the toughest guy, but I mean, you guys, anybody who grew up with me, I won't. I'm not running from nothing.
That's a fact.
Like
we
we
gotta be tough.
Right.
I tell people, you don't have to be scared to get fucked up, dog.
Yeah.
Niggas like, I'm not scared.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
You can still get
fucked up, willing to fight, and you don't have to be tough to fuck somebody up. Like it goes both ways.
But so my thing and what I learned about myself early is like, you never gonna say I ran.
That's right.
And so whatever I say, I gotta stand on it. Now I could say I could criticize and I could say the truth. I don't got to be disrespectful about it. I won't. You're not gonna see me say anything on those cameras that I won't say to your face because now, hey yo, Rob, I remember in 2006 when you was at MTV and you was on that hottest MC round table. It might have been some shit I forgot about, and you said you know the Bleek album, man, and you said this that. What's up with that?
And you now you don't want to say it.
Now I don't want to say it. Now I gotta be able to stand on it and say the exact same thing. And I've had run-ins with certain rappers. They ain't like a review or yo, you wrote this and you wrote that. I was like, yeah,
it be there. It be like that. I'm glad I never took this rap shit personal, man.
I definitely and it's never been all the case. But people had to respect. I've got people. Yo, but you wrote this, and I was like, yeah, because that's what it is. And at the end of the day, they be like, yo, I don't agree with you,
but.
I respect it.
Yeah,
I respect it. You
opinion
know what I'm saying?
is opinion.
Yeah.
If you could leave the next generation of journalists with any piece of advice of moving the culture forward, of just believing in themselves, even if they just want to get started in the game,
Right.
what would it be?
For any journalist, first of all, it's saturated now. You got Elon on Twitter, on X. He done said he's selling you blue checks, and he said journalism is dead. You all are the journalists. Everybody's a journalist now. Elon said this. So what I'm saying is the game is wide open, right? And I think what you need to do is study the chessboard, find the thing that you love, and then the niche where you fit in. Everybody's doing this, everybody's doing that. Where can you fit in and where can you build an audience? Study the chessboard, find that niche, find that thing that you love, and respect your audience.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you pulling up,
man,
Rob,
I
man.
appreciate being up
love,
here, man. This
Keep
love.
doing your thing, man. You know what it is. When it come down to this journalism game, you put respect on guys like this, man, who paving the way for the new generation, man. You know what it is. If you want to hear real stories, real life deeps into the music, real life breakdowns on what lyricists is and what they talking about, this is where to go. If you want that bullshit, continue to be where you at. Rob is the one, man, the future. You know what it is. This ROC Solid. Blizzard. We
ROC
out.
Solid, let's go.
Yeah.